It was a big challenge to start the bus system as quick as we did because we didn't have any buses, we didn't have any drivers, we didn't have any route layout. Matter of fact, we didn't have anything.
Prior to the city's involvement with the public bus system, Columbia's bus service was privately run by Glenn E. Watson. Known as the Columbia Municipal Bus Lines, Watson's fleet was comprised of only around 3 or 4 small buses and ran from 1939 to 1965. In the spring of 1965, after operating at a deficit for several years, Watson approached the city of Columbia to propose that the city take over the bus service.
So then the question came up, should we continue transit service in the city? But there was a great debate on how much money we would be losing and whether or not we could afford to run a transit system. So at the next meeting, they tabled the ordinance. While I had gone to a meeting out of town and came back, our then city manager, Don Allard, called me to his office and said the council took the ordinance off the table and put a bus system in my department to get buses on the street within 30 days before school started.
Ray Beck, a public works employee at the time, was put in charge of the new transit division. Without any resources available, he turned to the Missouri Bi-State Development Agency for some much-needed advice and assistance.
Colonel Miser was running the Bi-State system in St. Louis, and I called him for help, and he asked what I needed, and I said I needed buses. I needed somebody to trade drivers, and if possible, somebody to help me lay out some routes.
On September 9, 1965, the Columbia bus system was officially born. Over the next several decades, the bus service continued to grow and adapt to the public's needs, eventually garnering an annual ridership of over 1 million.
The buses have really improved and looked at the needs of the community. You know, without buses, I think a lot of people would be stranded.
I think it'd be a lesser world without transit.
Access to a good city transportation system has been very helpful to those who are less fortunate.
In the last couple of years, we've gotten some compressed natural gas buses and vehicles to run on paratransit.
The buses go so many more places than they used to. The way they've got it laid out now is much more efficient.
We're making progress. We're starting to move into the 21st century.
Columbia is really fortunate in having what I call a total transportation system for all its residents.
Since its start 50 years ago, under the guidance and influence of transit staff, the Columbia bus system has managed to navigate countless changes and challenges. By continuously looking to the public for guidance and input, the system will continue to adapt in order to remain relevant and reliable for years to come.